Philly upbringing. Tell us a little bit about that, and when did you find basketball?
Yeah, that was crazy, man. So I was blessed with 4 parents, right?
Okay.
Stepfather, stepmother, mom, dad. And I said that if anything my parents got right was picking the right step parents for me.
Second time around.
Yeah,
That's
man,
okay.
because they loved me like I was theirs. You know what I'm saying? I never met, I'm telling you, man, I never went through life where I questioned if they loved me or not. You know what I'm saying? My stepfather loved me to the T. Like Rasheed Wallace, to tell you, Alvin Wayne, all of them, he made sure all of me, he made sure everybody was good all the time. You know what I'm saying? And the love that he showed me and then love my dad showed me is like, I want to be like them men, right? I want to be like them or better. And, growing up in North Philadelphia, of course, it's rough. You fight and you do all this stuff. But I started boxing early. It was boxing, then it was football. And then from football, I said, I'm starting in high school in football, and I can't even play freshman in basketball because I never played. I picked up a basketball at 13, 14 years old, right? So I didn't know how to play basketball, and it was hard for me, right? And my ego, drove me to become better, but it was a struggle early, right? So my freshman year, they had freshman, JV, and varsity. My freshman year, I made the freshman team. I don't know why they did it, but they put me on the freshman team. I didn't play 1 minute, bro, until the end of the season, and I got in the game, and I had 4 fouls in 2 minutes. Like, I was just crashing dummy. I was crashing into people. It was just, just being a football player and a boxer, it was like frustration, not knowing that things is going so fast. And then I said to myself, I love this sport so much. And my stepfather was like, listen, if you love it, you need to really focus on it. You need to watch film, you need to train, you need to practice, you need to do this. And then my sophomore year, I started to get better. But I didn't play varsity until my senior year.
Really?
Yeah.
How old were you as a freshman?
I was 14.
Back in the day, the normal age. But the age you're supposed to be at as
Yeah,
a freshman.
I was 14 years old.
Really got to take the bumps at 14.
Yeah.
I used to get my ass, boy, man, these kids, these guys that were older than me playing varsity, they would beat me one-on-one so bad every single time. I used to cry. Like, I'm like a sophomore, like, I can't get this. This is crazy. Like, I literally didn't know what to do. And then I got bigger and stronger and faster. And then before you know it, now I'm beating them consistently. And then it grew from there. But, growing up in Philadelphia, on top of basketball, because that kept me out of trouble. Because as soon as you leave the gym, you got to get on the bus. This shit happened. This things is going on, all that type of stuff. But I was very blessed to have Alvin Williams, Rasheed Wallace, Jason Lawson, a lot of those guys. My cousin Kamal Yard, Kaida Williams. Like, I used to have really solid individuals around me. And it kept me from doing stupid stuff because my older brother is serving 3 lifetimes. You know what I'm saying? My dad's a 2-striker. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like going to see my uncle in jail at a very young age, I was like, I don't want to be here, dog. This is smaller than my room. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was thinking like that at a young age where it wasn't cool to do those things, And my uncle was always telling me that, too, while he was in prison. He's like, I can't wait to get out. And it's funny because when he got out, I was in Orlando. And, you're in a gated community, and I didn't even know this. When you're in a gated community and a felon comes in, everyone has to know it. So I had to tell, everybody that my uncle, he served 23 years. What did he for? A murder. But he was the coolest thing to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just a moment in my life where it's like, wow, this is crazy. Like, this man getting out and he's changed his whole life. He passed away some years after that, but just to be in jail for so long on a mistake of emotions, you know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of us, I was telling my son that too, just like we men, if you can't control your emotions, you're in trouble.
First and foremost, I had to learn the hard way a few times. Rasheed, you mentioned he a little bit older than you?
Yeah, same age.
Same age?
Yeah.
What was Rasheed like back then?
Same.
Same.
She was the same as he is now. You know what's crazy about she that people don't know is he's better. Like, you watch him in the pros, she was super talented. But he could have been a superstar if he wanted to. He just grew up differently. He grew up where he was a team guy. right? Ellaby, the coach, taught him the right way. Like LeBron when he first came in, he was getting,
Too
yeah, like if he's open, pass it to him. If this is give it to him. This get him open. Like she was that type of person, and I think that's just a personality trait, right? It's just hard to be. There's a good selfish and there's a bad selfish, right? He had that good selfishness about him, where he knew how to play and make everybody around him that much better, right? Because he was number 1 8th grader, number 1 12th grader, number 1.
He was always nice.
He was number 1 in everything. He never was number 1. He was never number
Not
2, 3,
number
4.
one.
He was always number 1.
That's crazy.
And you never saw that in him.
Really? Okay.
Like he was always
Same
everybody,
dude,
just
yeah.
all of us, bringing everybody together, even on the court.
That's dope.
He was like that, man.
Kobe is a couple years younger than you?
Yeah, Cole.
Any run-ins with him in the high school time or out in Philly hooping?
Yeah, well, in Philly hooping, yeah, but never high school.
Okay.
Kobe was in I forget it was like a private, kind of like what Notre Dame and like Sierra Can are now. He was in like that type of league.
Okay.
I was in the Catholic league, and then she was in the public league.
Okay.
So we didn't play each
Gotcha.
other. 1 and 2 is I was already 3 years older, 4 years
3 years,
older
okay.
than Kobe. So Kobe is your age, around.
No, he's
Well,
2 years older than me.
2 years old. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So Kobe 47. Watching him, we were younger. So this one time we was at St. Joe's, right, and we used to work out at St. Joe's University, gym. And after a while, he would not work out with us. He would go into the other part, and then it was a smaller gym, and it was like a little window. And he would tape the window and lock the door.
So you guys couldn't
So
see?
we couldn't see what he was doing.
By himself?
By himself. By himself, bro. And I used to sit there and then when I got to the pros, because he's always encouraged me like, yo, kill, be aggressive. He used to always tell me that. And then after a while, I started getting better and better and better. And like I would notice when I was about to play him because we would stop talking for that week. We wouldn't talk for that week. And then after I finished playing him, then he'd go back to talking. And I started to understand that after like my end of my first year, my second year started, and I would ask him, about the family and everything like that, and it was very short. Right? It was like very short. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now. Fraternizing. Got you. Okay. We're not friends today. Got you. All right. And
Time
then
to
it's just
turn
worked
up.
from there. Yeah.